but apparently that doesn't matter, and they're going to give it to them anyway, as the Gate City coaching squad is going ballistic.
See, yeah, because that's what he did last time. Lehigh touched it before it hit the 50. It went through the Gate City's hand.
Right.
But see, because they're basically tapping it to get it past it, and
but when you tap it, it's a dead ball.
right there, yeah, it's dead right at that point because you can't.
Except then if that's the case from the last one, though, then Gate City should have had the ball and not Lee.
Yeah.
Final score, Wise Central 21, Union 13.
There will be joy. I mean, that's
Wise may be going down in flames.
possibly. Well, again, the ball didn't go 10 yards. It went 6.5, and the kid from Lehigh tapped it forward. And
now they're moving it back. Looks like they're going to give it to Gate City.
On the 45.
On the 45. And
we're off the rails.
Again, going back to the tweet it or delete it from Wednesday night.
So, all right. So now the starters are back in, and they're going to give this one to Blanton. Blanton's going to go to the right-hand side, and he's going to gain about 5 yards to the 40-yard line.
I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
They're in the two-back set. They're actually going no huddle.
Tonight's win by Wise Central over Union, the first one in the history of the two schools.
Gate City back in the two-back set. They're going to give it to Blanton to the left-hand side, and he will be wrapped up and loses about 4 yards. Chris, is not a good ending right now for what's going on for Gate City.
Well, that's one of the worries about pulling starters out. You lose that little bit of momentum.
Well,
it may take them a couple plays to get rolling again.
And we talked about this last week. That's talking about Coach Hubbard from Honaker. He had that rule too. Your starters play 3 quarters and would tell you before the game if you're up or if I'm up or you're up, I'm gonna play them for 3 quarters. I mean, so there was kind of a gentleman's agreement. As Luke Reed will throw the football, and actually he's going to pull it and run. He's got the football. He's still on his feet. He's going to get down to right around the 27-yard line of Lehigh.
He thought about stepping out of bounds. Then he thought, nah, I'm a big boy. And he fell forward and took the hit, picked up about 4 more yards. I like that.
1st and 10 on the 27-yard line as Lehigh clock will run 7:50. Gate City leads 51-27. Gate City in the T formation, and there will be timeout on the field by Lehigh.
Got another final to report. Graham, 51, Virginia High 12.
Talking about Graham playing extremely well. They came in as the number 4 seed in the playoff hunt. So as we take a look here, Ridgeview wins, Union loses, Richlands wins, Graham wins, Tazewell loses, Wise Central wins, Gate City winning, Marion loses, and then John Battle, Virginia High, Lehigh, and Lebanon. So, Chris, that makes that ball game in 2 weeks so important for the Blue Devils because you talk about PowerPoint situation. Wise Central will jump up huge this week, knocking off a team that boasted a 6-1 record. All right, so with all that said, Gate City still on offense. 1st down and 10 from the 28-yard line. They've got 2 backs in the backfield. DeAndre Mack to the left-hand side. And great play by Lehigh into the ball game was Landon Laster. He got in the backfield, and he wrapped up Landon Blanton, and for a loss of about 3 yards.
Blanton's last 2 carries have been -4, -3.
And Chris, this is the second team of Lehigh that's out there right now. You don't see Sage, you don't see some of these other guys, so.
Wonder if Lehigh's picked up on something now. Maybe too little too late.
As, again, now they're going to give it to Calhoun. Calhoun's going to run up the middle, and he is going to get maybe 2, give him 3. want to say congratulations to the Big Blue Boosters. They are now completely sold out. So thank you to everybody. We got the final 19 tonight knocked out, and so it is. So in 2 weeks, giving away some money. So Coach Few gets back up here to give us the good news. So he's able to close it out tonight. All right. So good job, Big Blue Nation, stepping up. All right. So Blanton is going to be in for third down opportunity, and he does not get it. He gets about 3. So it's fourth down. Chris, this doesn't bode well in terms of overall confidence, though, you have to think.
No, and I'm not really sure what's changed, other than, like you said, Lee's made some substitutions. K-City's got their starters in. They're giving the ball to Calhoun and Tomlinson. They had gaudy yards in the first half and nothing to show for it this half.
So they're back in the tee, and they're going to throw a quick pass, and it's going to be was going to be intercepted, but he dropped it. Was going to throw it to Sally, and Lehigh holds. So Lehigh will have the football, 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. 5:49 left in the ball game, 51-27, but the Generals have chipped away. And again, want to say thank you to everybody who supported the Big Blue Boosters. Had 19 tickets left to start tonight. They're all gone. So 2 weeks from tonight, $10,000 will be given away by the Big Blue Boosters here at halftime of that ball game. So 1st and 10. Lehigh, again, looks like mostly their second units in. Of course, their quarterback, Tanner Lasters, went the whole way so far. And they come up. They are going to be in the power I formation. And they give it off to the right-hand side. That goes to number 34, Ethan Blanken. And Blanken gets 26 yards, and he's up to the 50-yard line.
They found something. They've got a spark, and Joe, they're only about a touchdown away from making this suddenly a ball game.
Ball sits on the 50-yard line. It's 51-27. 5:38 left. Again, the running clock has stopped. And Lehigh in the power I right formation. And there's going to be a fumble on the play, and they do get the ball back. That was going to be number 7, of course, Tanner Laster. He fell on it, loss of about a yard. So it's going to be second down and about 10. Clock runs, 5:10 left, 51-27. If you had the over and under in the Rock Cove game at 100, you should have took the over.
It's now 60-42, Rock Cove.
A lot of points being scored tonight. All right, so Lehigh, they go power I left, unbalanced left, and they're going to give the football, and it's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Clark, as looked like wrestled away, was Blanton wrestled the ball away, but they're going to say he was down, and Bryce Clark loses 3. It's third down and 13. 4:30 left, 51-27 Blue Devils. The bells are out. The cowbells are out. Still pretty good crowd here again late in this ball game. Of course, it's getting a little bit colder. And, of course, with the score, some left, but still
I'm starting to get a little nervous myself.
As he was going to go, he faked
there
it.
There we go.
And big play in the backfield by DeAndre Mack. He went for a bootleg and went around the side, played at home. Chris, we talked about that in the pregame, playing disciplined football. He stayed there. He made sure that he was going to either throw it or run it, and great play by DeAndre Mack. So back deep once again to punt will be Sean Ankerton. And they've got nobody back this time. Actually, Carson Jenkins was back, and they brought him up to cover one of those wideouts.
Sullivan North retaking the lead, 16-14 over Happy Valley.
And Lehigh will call for time.
Well, while we have another moment, Greenville and Elizabeth, and that's turned into a heck of a ball game. Right now, Greenville leads 21-14. Sullivan South all over Sullivan East, 42-7. And we've got some finals in Virginia. Do we have time to go over them? We're going to take a break.
Let's go over them.
Okay. Final. Wise Central 21, Union 13.
Hey, hey.
Graham 51, Virginia High 12. Richlands 38, Marion 0. Eastside 20, Twin Springs 0. Chilhowie 52, Rural Retreat 14. Holston 47, Northwood 0. Bluefield 35, Tazewell 7. Galax 45, George Wythe 14. Thomas Walker 36, Twin Valley 6. Those have all gone final.
Of course, the game of the night, Wise Central knocks off Union. Of course, that's going to help our Blue Devils out here in a couple weeks if a possible matchup. As Gate City playing for the fake right here. They've not got anybody back.
Oh, and Buffalo Gap defeated Stanton 23-8.
What? All right, so the Lehigh will punt the ball away, and he punts it. Great punt.
Good punt.
To nobody. It's going to die around the 3-yard line. Great punt.
That's about a 58-yard punt.
He got it to turn over, and, of course, there was nobody back there to get it. As looks like the second team comes back in for Gate City.
3 minutes to go. Joe, I'm feeling a little nervous.
51-27. You turn the ball over here, and we'll see. All right, so looks like John Sally will go in at quarterback. Again, Carson Jenkins was in on those other series when the second team was in. 3:07 left, 51-27 Blue Devils. They come up the line. They will be in the T formation. Lehigh walks up. They're basically playing a 9-2 front. And Sally will quarterback keeper. He goes up the middle, gains about, give him 3 yards. Second down and 7 for Sally. Clock runs, 2:45 left. 51-27.
We get down to the 2-minute mark, I'll feel a little bit better.
Well, they're going to run the clock. They're watching the play clock at the moment, so they're not going to snap it until it gets down to about 0. So they will snap probably right around the 2-minute. They're right about 2:20. So they got one play before the 2-minute warning, if you will, if there was a 2-minute warning in high school. As looks like Sally will go up the middle. And he'll gain about maybe 2 more yards. Clock runs. We're at 2 minutes. Third down and about 5.
What would you call here? Sally's got an arm. We saw that last year. Would you risk an INT, though, this close?
No, I would go with I would run a motion or a flow, basically like a Green Bay left, and I'd pull it and have him come around on a bootleg, stay in bounds, and then see how far he can run, and because it not get too deep. Because if you're about to get tackled,
you risk a safety at that point.
Right, but you can't get too deep with that. You have to. That's why you want that Green Bay action. All right, so they're still in the T formation, and Sally will go up a little bit more. He won't have enough for the first, though. He will be about 3 yards short. So it's going to be 4th down and 3 with 1 minute left. 51-27.
I bet they wouldn't be expecting a fake here.
That would be. Yep, I bet you're right on that one. Sally will be punting for the first time. Yeah, the third quarter and fourth quarter, Chris, kind of